See ya.
Hi, I'm Vinny.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Dave.
I'm Jim.
We're from Django Django. We're here at Amoeba
In sunny Hollywood.
to do
What's in your bag?
Well, first one I've got is Alexander Spence, album called Awe.
If it died quite easily, right there was gone.
My old flatmate used to have a copy of this and I used to listen to it religiously, but I've never bought a copy for myself and we moved out from each other now. So perfect chance to buy a copy of it, but it's a brilliant album. Really raw production and just really kind of heartfelt songs, and I think there's a real personal feel to the record when you listen to it.
Larry Heard rare tracks. One Larry Heard, Black Oceans, and one when he goes under the name The It's. But I've never heard either of them, and I always try and collect Larry Heard Productions, one of my favourite house producers, so I've come all this way to get a record from London. He's a brilliant producer, and I guess he's kind of one of the most iconic and original kind of house producers. It's from 1989, good year for Chicago Acid.
First, I got this, Neil Young, Trans. This, which is electronic, he's messing about with samples, and it's total genius. I think he was hanging out with Devo at the time we did this. It's really good. Yeah.
My first one is a band called Krar Collective. I think they're based in London, but they're Ethiopian. We saw them play about a year and a half ago, and these guys came along. I didn't know anything about them before, but they were totally amazing. It's two guys. He plays a kind of handheld electric harpsichord kind of thing, and there's a girl singer who's totally amazing. So there we go.
I picked up Head by Monkeys. It's just a brilliant, totally amazing record. Watching the film, I couldn't get my head around it. It was just totally, just how psychedelic it was. And we had to do like a cover, like an acoustic cover. So we've been doing Circle Sky quite a bit, which is just, another amazing song. So that's my second choice.
Another house record, Roy Davis Jr. He's done a lot of stuff, but the covers, pretty amazing. And there's a little quote here, says, to all the DJs in the world, don't forget you control the people on the dance floor. Don't let the people and the business control you. It's a good quote from Roy Davis Jr.
Got the Meat Puppets 2.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the
I wasn't really into grunge sort of growing up, but I did get into this. I went on a coach trip and they had the Nirvana Unplugged, where they play, they do Lake of Fire and Plateau. This is just really brilliant, really, really intricate, but yet so loose at the same time. It's, I think, a really fantastic album and one I've been meaning to get.
My next record is an archive of Billy Childish.
We live in troubled times.
He's just a really interesting character. It's got some of the songs are totally amazing, really lyrically totally brilliant as well. It's a good place to start. You've got that much back catalogue.
I picked this one up just because it kind of looks like Tommy.
She never sees it coming, she never sees
And it's $2. And it's Tommy's birthday when we get back. So I'm basically showing Tommy his birthday present. I like the
I think they might actually be the same specs as me.
Randy, Tommy just chilling out. Don't worry, I'll pay for it.
Good.
No worries.
This is Andy Votel compilation. I think he's from Manchester, and he constantly has been putting out amazing compilations of all kinds of music from all over the world, and rare and forgotten folk and sort of proto electronica, which I think this is by the looks of it. It's latter-day electro, polypop, robotic rock, modern mechanical music. So I'm kind of hooked in.
The Feelies, a brilliant reissue. Crazy rhythms, and they've got Everybody's Got Something to Hide, that Beatles cover in this. It's just completely mind-blowingly brilliant.
This is actually a friend of mine's band, Never Ever. They're really good. They're husband and wife. It's out on Slumberland Records. It's kind of doo-wop, kind of, you know, pastiche stuff, but it's a really good album.
Next record up is Cluster 2. German band. Love their Zuckerzeit record, and generally just a big fan of like a lot of stuff of that era in Germany. Been kind of looking at a few documentaries regarding the two guys. I think one of them died quite recently, but they were just really innovative, and even in the kind of old age still really pushing kind of, you know, really experimental still at sort of 70, 80. I think one of them, whoever died, it might have been Dieter, he got cremated, and his request and his will was that he wanted a piece of his ashes posted to every person in his phone diary. So I think about 300 envelopes went out around the world with a little bit of his ashes to all his friends, which was quite a fun way to go.
Fun way to go.
So I was in the folk bit and got John Fahey. This is Blind Joe Deaf. He's just the best. It's really simple, and he doesn't try anything that difficult. And again, I guess he's obviously playing difficult things, but it just seems so just completely relaxed. And I guess when I'm buying vinyl, I don't really DJ out much. I just get records that I can just listen to in the house.
This is a classic record label, Casablanca. It's Giorgio Moroder. I Want to Rock You, and I think that's from E=MC² album. I bought it for the B-side, Evolution, which apparently is 15 minutes long, so it's going to be a disco epic by the sounds of it. Moroder is one of my favourite producers, from his disco stuff to Blondie and all the Son of My Father, his rock albums, and I think he's at his best when he does 12-minute plus 12-inch records. I'm excited about a 15-minute long Moroder record that I've never heard.
I picked up Swan Silvertones.
You know that I'm so glad somehow.
Which I've kind of listened to little bits of gospel here and there, but I watched a documentary about Simon and Garfunkel. Paul Simon was talking about these guys a lot. He was listening to a lot of gospel when he wrote Bridge Over Troubled Water, I think. So I just kind of saw it in the gospel section and thought I'd pick it out. It's probably a decent place to start, getting a recommendation from Paul Simon.
Bola Volume 7. He's contemporary, but he's plays this kind of traditional lute, but has mixed in drum machine, synths, and bone-shaking bass. Like particularly Nigerian and Ghanaian 70s sort of acid. Kind of going into uncharted territory, don't really know anything about them. And then this one, again, it's a move in the right direction by the SJOB movement. It's deep and spacey Afro-funk rhythms, always up my street, so I'm gonna go for those two.
Augustus Pablo, king of the melodian harmonica thing. What's it called?
Melodica.
Melodica. He's amazing.
One of my favourite hip-hop groups, a tribe called Quest. And I've got all their albums, but it's hard to DJ sometimes with their albums because they're cut quite quietly unless they're double albums or represses. And so I always go back and try and get all the 12-inch singles from the albums. And this is one of my favourite, I think this is from Midnight Marauders. It's one of my favourite tracks, and I've never seen the 12-inch of it.
Prince Jammy, brilliant producer. At this time especially, he was doing stuff with like Casio keyboards and 8-bit. electronic sounds, and I just really dig that sound. It's brilliant.
My last album that I picked up is Simple Minds, Reel to Reel Cacophony. It's a brilliant album. It's a really early album, so it's quite kind of electro-driven but really dancey, and there's kind of disco influences in there, and it's a really, really great album.
I don't really know anything about this guy, but I was looking for Link Ray.
Yeah, my gal is red hot, no gal ain't doodling squat. Well, she ain't got
I think all of us, I mean, we've all got quite disparate tastes, but I think like someone like Link Ray or Bo Diddley or Devo, The Monkey's Head, that particular album, I think that there are some things that we're all just totally synced in, like, oh, it's amazing, you know. Link Ray's great, but I don't know what it's gonna be like. Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank
All right,
you.
cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Amoeba.